Women Corporate Directors is proud to celebrate our 20th anniversary. What started as an idea, sparked by co-founders Susan Stotberg and Allison Winter, has grown into a preeminent global organization for the most powerful and influential women in boardrooms today.
I can't help but recall traveling from Chicago to New York to meet with a small group of women at Susan Stotberg's home to discuss the formation of WCD. At that time, to my knowledge, there was no other organization dedicated to advocating for more women in the boardroom, or for providing a safe venue where women could collaborate and learn from a cadre of dynamic women.
In the year 2000, women held only 10.9% of board seats for companies in the Morningstar U.S. Market Index.
When we launched WCD, there were very few women in the boardroom. Men prefer to put their best friends on the boards rather than the best qualified people. So we used our voices, we used our writing, we used our connections to make sure that CEOs and other directors knew that there was a qualified group of women out there ready, willing, and able to serve. And over the years, we were able to increase the number of women on corporate boards, on private company boards, and on private equity boards.
WCD members are exceptional leaders who embrace diverse perspectives and seek innovative ideas as foundational pillars of visionary corporate governance. They also hold management accountable for aligning corporate purpose with profitability.
What makes WCD very special is not its size. It's really the fact that the women, and I've been privileged to be a part of it, really work together to make connections, to share ideas, to really think about innovation out loud together, but also to think increasingly about advocacy. How do we make a difference? And that really is a powerful combination of characteristics.
WCD isn't special, it's extraordinary. The organization's founders emphasized diversity, equity, and inclusion long before the words became fashionable.
In fact, in 2008, WCD members rang the bell for gender equality at the NASDAQ Stock Exchange and began its expansion as a global organization with the launch of its first chapters in Europe and Asia Pacific. Then, in 2009, Peru became the first chapter established in Latin America.
How far we've come over these 20 years. If you think about it, today WCD represents the most powerful and influential women in the world serving on corporate boards. We have over 2,500 members of 76 chapters, which is just very exciting.
Let's look at a few of the major milestones that WCD has accomplished over the last 2 decades. In 2011, WCD hosted the first Global Institute and Visionary Awards program in New York, sponsored by KPMG. In 2012, WCD hosted its first America's Institute, which was held in Palm Beach, Florida. Then, just a year later, WCD hosted the first Asia Pacific Institute in Singapore. 2014 was a monumental year for WCD with the launch of the book, Women on Board, Insider Secrets to Getting on a Board and Succeeding as a Director, was published and co-authored by Susan Stotberg and Nancy Calderon. Following the launch of the book was WCD's first European Institute in London, and WCD's Family Business Council was formed. In 2015, WCD transitioned from a private company to a nonprofit organization, which finally allowed WCD to accept much-needed support to continue its growth.
I think one of the best memories of women corporate directors and our influence around the world was when we held our first institute in Latin America. It was in Chile, and we were very honored that President Bachelet came. When the media heard and the stock exchange heard, there was a lot of excitement. And top executive of the stock exchange called and said, "Wow, we'd love to have you come ring the bell." And I said, "We can't do that." He said, "Well, why can't you do that?" I said, "Because you have 11 white men on the board of the Chilean Stock Exchange. So you put a woman on the board of the Chilean Stock Exchange, we're not going to come ring that bell." Called back a day or two later, said, "We can't do it by the time of the conference, which is only 2 weeks away, but if we promise to put a woman on the board of the stock exchange in a month, will you come ring the bell?" I said, "We'd be honored to." Within a month, a member of Women Corporate Directors was on the board of the Chilean Stock Exchange.
In 2018, founding leader Susan Stotberg retired as CEO, and WCD awarded the first ever Susan S. Stotberg Leadership Award to Maggie Hansen Muse. Susan C. Keating assumed the role as CEO and developed a new strategic plan to further advance WCD's mission.
KPMG is committed to contributing resources to achieve the strategic plan for the Women Corporate Directors Organization. And we look forward to experiencing the growth over the next 20 years.
Under Keating's new strategic plan, WCD initiated participation with the Diverse Corporate Directors Coalition. In 2020, amidst a global pandemic, WCD launched the WCD Connect mobile app and WCD Direct Virtual Programming. WCD also pivoted quickly in 2020 to launch the first ever Virtual Global Institute and Visionary Awards celebration. And as the year came to a close, WCD Lead Director Kapila Anand and Director Nancy Calderon rolled off the board, and new board members were installed.
It was very exciting over the last 20 years is to see the expansion of diversity, not only by race and sex and geography, but also by age. The range of people going on boards has really increased. Also, the opportunities for women in top management. And so having this increased opportunity for women to excel has certainly helped companies expand around the world as well.
WCD launched at a time when women held a minimal percentage of board seats, but today the percentages have increased.
My goal is to raise awareness of WCD and become the go-to organization for all women on corporate boards. This is where women can come together, discuss leadership strategy and issues relevant and critical to the boardroom. In addition, as I look forward to the coming year, with more women and underrepresented women getting onto boards, our time has come to take members and sponsors to new levels of growth, while upping our game on information, education, and thought leadership.
For 20 years, WCD has been doing our part to increase the number of women and other underrepresented groups in the boardroom. Help us celebrate WCD's 20th anniversary by sharing your favorite WCD memories and photos on our Twitter and LinkedIn channels.